Whataburger is an American regional fast food hamburger restaurant chain that opened in 1950. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Throwback Thursday. Every Thursday, I'll be releasing a new video of an old video that I did before. These new videos are longer and have more detail than the ones before. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you get notified of my latest video. Be sure to leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video. Thanks for watching.
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high, with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
In 1950, Harmon, Dobson, and Paul Burton were looking to open a hamburger restaurant. Dobson's goal was to make a bitter burger that took 2 hands to hold and tasted so good that when you took a bite, you would say, "What a burger." In June of 1950, Dobson was granted the Whataburger trademark. In August of that year, they opened their first location on Irish Street in Corpus Christi, Texas, across from Del Mar College. This tiny burger stand offered something people had never seen, a burger that was so big they had to hold its 5-inch bun with 2 hands. It was an instant success, and Harmon began to expand the business to other markets. The store sold burgers for 25 cents, which in today's value is about $2.89 each. They also sold drinks and chips. In 1951, Burton and Dobson ended their partnership after arguments concerning Dobson's price raise of the burger from 25 cents to 30. Burton settled with owning the Whataburger franchises in San Antonio, Texas. Months later, prices for burgers were raised to 35 cents. In 1952, Dobson opened a location in Kingsville, Texas, the first store outside of Corpus Christi. In 1953, Joe Andrews, Sr. became the first non-founder franchise owner with a location in Alice, Texas. In 1959, the first Whataburger restaurant outside of Texas opened in Pensacola, Florida. By 1960, Whataburger had 17 restaurants scattered across Texas, Florida, and Tennessee. A year later, the first of the familiar orange and white striped A-frames were built in Odessa, Texas. The design was inspired by Dobson's love of flying. The menu grew as well, with French fries and hot pies being added in 1962. In 1963, it expanded to Arizona and totaled 26 stores. In 1965, it was estimated that they were selling 15,000 burgers daily in the Texas Coastal Bend area. In 1967, the company commissioned the Flying W company logo, and the company had expanded to 40 restaurants in 4 states. On April 11, 1967, Dobson and an associate died in an airplane crash, and Dobson's widow, Grace, took control of the business. In 1969, Grace, who was also known as Lady Grace, became chairman of the board. Lady Grace would go on to continue her late husband's dream and legacy as she oversaw the growing of the restaurant chain. Under the leadership of Grace, the company thrived and grew. The number of locations doubled to more than 200 restaurants spanning 12 states. The first drive-thru was installed in 1971, and the Whataburger Jr. was added to the menu, as well as jalapenos and onion rings. The 1970s ushered in an era in which country music legend Mel Tillis started appearing in television commercials for the company, a role that would continue through the 1980s. At the end of 1980, Whataburger opened its 300th restaurant. 2 years later, 3 Corpus Christi locations began operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, much to the delight of hungry patrons. New menu additions soon followed, including the breakfast on a bun, What a Chicken, and now famous breakfast taquitos. The beloved nickel mug, now a piece of Americana, debuted as a promotion, which was supposed to last a year but ended up running for 14. By the end of 1989, Whataburger was serving hot and fresh food at 440 different locations. Whataburger saw a change of leadership for the first time since the 1960s as Tom Dobson, Harmon and Grace's son, took over as president and CEO. A host of new menu items was unveiled, including the Whatameal, the A1 Thick and Hearty Burger, cookies, biscuits, chicken strips, and more. The company also passed the 500-store threshold, making it the nation's 8th largest hamburger chain. On May 6, 1999, the company opened Whataburger by the Bay on Shoreline Drive in Corpus Christi. It is the largest Whataburger store at 6,000 square feet, 2 stories tall, and features an elevator. The site includes a life-size bronze statue of Harmon Dobson. A Whataburger facility, complete with familiar A-frame design and the company logo, appeared routinely in the popular animated TV series King of the Hill. On August 8, 2000, Whataburger proudly celebrated its 50th anniversary with 575 restaurants in operation and millions of fans all across the country. Whataburger Field, home of the Corpus Christi Hooks, celebrated a groundbreaking ceremony with Grace throwing out the first pitch. In 2007, the company achieved 700 stores in 10 states, with annual revenues of over $1 billion. By 2011, the Dobson family owned 611 stores, and the other 117 were owned and operated by 25 franchisees. Whataburger has grown from a single burger stand in Corpus Christi to a 800-restaurant chain that spans every state from Arizona to Florida. The company has over 43,000 employees, and the company prides itself on making your burger custom thanks to Whataburger's variety of toppings. Customers can create 36,864 different burger combinations. Many people have made comparisons to California's iconic In-N-Out burgers. I personally have eaten at both places, and I think they are totally different. I like both places equally. So what are some of your favorite memories of this place? For me, my wife's first job was at a Whataburger. If you have a story or comment, leave it below. Thanks for watching.
Hey, if you just watched my video, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions.